Over 80 of the country's business leaders are weighing in on the current state of affairs in the country. A new pledge is doing the rounds, with industry CEOs laying down their ideals for a prosperous South Africa, while also showing support for Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan. Goldman Sachs MD Colin Coleman says the initiative is the clearest and most organised statement yet by business in defence of democracy. He joins us in studio to discuss this further. Colin, good afternoon to you. Lovely to have you with us. I want to quote from the pledge. Your opening line is, you pledge to do the right thing, stand by what is right and reject what is wrong. How do you define what is right and what is wrong in the current state?
Well, we set out in what is right a pro-democracy, pro-economic growth, pro-justice position, and we come out against things that are trying to effectively derail us from that project of structural economic reform to bring about growth and jobs. And those issues include violence, corruption, abuse of state institutions, and we're effectively drawing a line in the sand at this point in saying we need to focus on what's important here and be a voice of reason and a voice of stability. We need to bring down the temperature of conflict in the country and focus on economic growth and job creation, the two most important things to improving the life of the people of South Africa.
You've also spoken very much in favour of Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan. Why have you decided to do that?
Well, the minister's done an outstanding job as finance minister. You know, we are facing big issues as a country, particularly the coming credit rating, sovereign credit rating decisions of the main rating agencies, where we are on the cusp of investment grade on the right side at the moment. But if we do the wrong things and we focus on the wrong things, we'll be on the wrong side of the investment grade rating decision. So at this point in time, we need to really unite as a country and focus on those issues. Frankly, we believe that the issues around the finance minister are a distraction at this point in time and take away his attention and all of our attention on the correct issues of structural reforms, which are really foremost in our minds.
Whose actions are you speaking against right now?
Well, I think we speak against actions which effectively, as I say, are distracting us from the core project. You know, whether that's corruption, whether that's injustice, whether that's putting people in the firing line whom are doing good works for the country. We need to focus on those issues, and that's what we're doing.
Tell me, in terms of ratings, do you feel that regardless of what the finance minister does, as some people feel at this point, we will have a ratings downgrade anyway at the end of the year?
No, we don't feel that way. We feel that if we continue with the project of structural reforms, which we've been certainly under the leadership of the president mandating Jobo Mabuza to coordinate the business side and the finance minister to coordinate the government side, you know, if this CEO initiative, which is a joint government business project with labour participation, focuses on the key issues of labour reform, of state-owned enterprise reform, of fiscal consolidation, of removing obstacles to investment, of creating employment opportunities, which are all, you know, concrete, practical projects we are undertaking and have made significant progress with. You know, the R1.5 billion Smaller Micro Enterprise Fund, led by Adrian Gore and Brian Joffe, Stephen Kossef and myself leading a $1 billion youth internship program over the next 3 years. These are very big, substantial projects. These are the real issues facing this country. This is what we need to focus on. And, you know, if we do these things, the rating agencies will give us credit. They are, you know, in discussions with us, extremely constructive about this joint business government effort. It is notable in the country that the labour protests have declined, that there's much more labour peace, and we're working on a package of labour reforms which have yet to be announced. But between the medium-term budget statement on Wednesday of the finance minister, these labour reforms and other issues, we're hopeful by the time we get to the rating agency decisions, early December, end of November, that we'll be in place with a very good scorecard that'll get us across the line again.
Do you think, despite all the efforts that you've just spoken about, President Jacob Zuma really cares what the 80 odd of you think?
Well, he definitely, as president of the country, has to embrace all these issues. He certainly, when we last met him, Deputy President Ramaphosa and Finance Minister Gordhan, only a month ago, reaffirmed our mandate to effectively conduct these issues, issued a statement in which he was very personally supportive of all these measures that we're taking, and certainly asked everyone to lower the temperature around the climate of conflict in South Africa so we could focus on these reforms. And let's take him at his word. And, I think certainly we are, under his mandate, pursuing those reforms.
Many critics of your efforts would say it's convenient for you to be backing Pravin Gordhan because he has consistently, although he's committed himself to pro-poor policies, his policies have largely been pro-business, which has simply made companies like yours and several others in South Africa richer. So it suits you. It's
sort of it's almost comedic because the fact is South Africa really faces some very large structural issues. 15 million people employed, 8 million not employed. We have large inequality in South Africa. We have on the asset side a fantastic financial market, very deep and liquid capital markets. So the challenges are big. And our asset base is very strong, and it's just obvious what we need to do. It's in the interest of everyone that we unite behind these programs and focus on accelerating growth and accelerating job creation. How do you feel about the Finance Minister appearing in court imminently? Well, the CEO initiative will be present, as will, I believe, other business organizations. What you've seen here it's worth saying, is not only the CEOs coming out in support, but Black Business Council, Business Leadership South Africa, BUSA, the Chamber of Mines, a very wide berth of business organizations. And, the CEO initiative has decided that we will be present at the court and express our solidarity with the Minister. Thank you so much for coming in to talk to us today. I appreciate your time. Goldman Sachs South Africa MD Colin Coleman.